Christian comedy has a home. Light Sauce Talk, hosted by Sam Beamon.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Light Talk. I'm your host Sam Beamon, and we have got some fun guests on our show today. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to invite to the studio Mr. Derrick Tennant. Come on in, Derrick.
And the crowd goes wild.
Man, it's so good to have you on the show.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
All the way from the ATL.
Actually, all the way from Cordele, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Wow.
You know you've made it when you're playing Cordele, Georgia. I'll tell you.
Oh man, so how long have you been doing comedy?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So
No.
you just started.
Yeah, I'm maybe 3.5 years. You
Okay.
know, not that much, but it's going well. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Well, and you're a full-time comedian.
I am a full-time comedian.
That is amazing. So
The
you
kind
travel.
that people give money to.
Oh.
That, I mean, hopefully I was before that too, but I just wasn't getting any money for it. You know?
Okay, so you're traveling around everywhere, right? What's
Yeah.
one of the wildest places you've ever done a show? I mean, like, you know, in the country.
Honestly, Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia. Whoa!
No offense, Comedy Zone, but you should see the hotel that they put us in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm no kidding. You have to leave a deposit at the front desk to get the remote for the TV. That is no exaggeration.
Oh man, that's funny because Gordon he was talking about hotels and how you have to get the remote. I think it's like mounted to some nightstands. Yeah.
Hopefully the TV's in the right angle.
Yeah, he said you gotta like pick the whole unit up and just put it.
Or just watch PBS.
Yeah. Just be content with that.
Yeah.
So you've been doing comedy for a few years. I
Yeah.
mean, what were you doing before that?
I've owned a couple businesses. I own a sports league for adults that play basketball. There's about 1,200 guys that play basketball in and around Atlanta, and it's a lot of fun. I actually just sold a big part of that, but I'm still the commissioner.
Oh, cool. And, I mean, you know, that had to be like a big leap of faith just stepping out of that, going straight into comedy.
Yeah, well, I kind of blended it, you know, and I also, in selling it, that made it less of a leap of faith.
Yeah. Okay.
Padded the count a little bit. So
I'm going to take my leap of faith. So!
and I got to tell you, the Loft in Columbus, Georgia pays a lot of money to come out and feature on a Thursday night. You know? My career's on fire.
Now you do a lot of corporate, you know, things,
Yeah.
church events. Anita Renfro, you do things with her.
Yeah, I've done Anita and Ken Kington and Tim Hawkins. I do like when they have a DVD, I'll come do the crowd warm up kind of stuff.
And how's that?
It's great, man. I'll tell you, Anita's awesome. I love working with Anita, especially since
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
she packs a theater with 800 Christian women. I'm sorry, I like being in front of 800 Christian women. You know, it's a good thing. And they laugh at anything.
So being in front of Proverbs 31.
There you go.
women.
Well, yeah, as if that's possible. Right?
So you get to warm up the crowds.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What's something else that you do? I mean, do you ever do comedy like off stage? I mean, do people ask you to do like a joke or something like at restaurants?
You know that isn't that. You know this.
Yeah,
You tell
I know,
somebody,
I know.
you know,
I
what do you
just
do?
want-
I'm a comedian. The first thing they say is, "Tell me a joke." I have one line, and you can use this. It always works when they say that. Tell
And
me a
you
joke.
can use this as well.
Yeah, you too, by the way.
You comedians
It's
ask
just like they go, you know, tell me a joke. I'm like, I like your shirt. And everybody around them except for them laughs. You know? So that works for me, you know.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break here real
Awesome.
quick because we got some footage of you performing live. So let's go ahead and roll that clip, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Awesome.
Light Talk presents Stand Up for Jesus. And now here's your feature comedian, Derrick Tennant.
Oh, that's the thing, too. They were throwing things at the stage. These ladies are like, women are smarter than men and you're stupid. And women smarter than men. That is impossible. Ladies, the guys never get that one. Give us a second. We'll catch up. It's cool. Okay, we'll all be on the same page soon. Do you have any 24-hour Walmarts here? Yeah. Oh, really? You guys like... All right, here we go. Clap if you've been in the 24-hour Walmart after 11:30 at night. Where do these people come from? I'm sorry. Have you seen there's a lady with an arm growing out of her forehead? Her kids have 9 heads. Have you seen these people? There's only one other place on the planet you can find these people. Oh, wow. There's only 2 other places on the planet. bus, people. The last time I got on a Greyhound bus, I wanted to call America's Most Wanted and be like, dude, I found everybody. I'm a single guy. It's not easy nowadays. You guys know this, right? I'm doing everything I can. I go out on Friday nights, right? I'm working out. What? All right, shut up. I'm not working out. Did you see her? She's like, what are you, going to get huge on one side? Internet dating. A crowd this huge. There's at least 3 couples that met online. Anybody want to admit it? That's what I thought. It's almost normal. It's almost normal. But internet dating, in my experience, is like going into Wendy's and thinking that your food is actually going to look like the picture on the menu. It's my fault. I should have known the picture was old by the Camaro in the background with the eagle on the hood, right? Help me out. Her phone number was 8675. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's the old picture, right? Hi, are you Derrick? It's like, yes, I am. Are you into Star Wars? That can't be the second question. Do you guys know this? If you just met somebody, Star Wars can't be the second, right? I mean, come on. Second question is, where are you from? You know, how long have you lived here? I don't know, how did you find lastresort.com? Something. So all I'm saying is this girl is a stewardess, right? We're hanging out, we're watching Telemundo, right? With the Spanish clown and everything. She looks at the TV, she says, is that a real clown or just somebody dressed up like one?
That was a lot of fun.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, now here I'm again with Derrick Tennant, Left Arm Comedy. Now, our viewers don't know what that's about. I do, but, you know, would you mind telling them real quick?
Well, I'm pretty famous, actually.
Okay. Maybe they do know about
Actually, no. There might be one. Rich Jones, actually.
Rich, yeah, Rich.
Left arm comedy is, my left side is paralyzed from an injury. I can't use my left arm. I walk with a limp. I can't feel this here. I mean, it's a long story, but I had a brain hemorrhage, brain surgery, etc. But I worked it into my act because I can't use my arm. You know, like I caught a fish this big. Sam and I go dancing. He's doing that YMCA dance. He's dance. So all I can do is LOL. That's it. You know? But, you know, it's all part of the act now, you know, so that's why you just got to look at what you have.
You know, I think the first time that I met you, actually I didn't even meet you right off, but I remember it was in a restroom at a Christian comedy conference.
Oh,
and I remember hearing you you with the faucet.
Is it still good for
No, I remember hearing you were washing your hands.
Yeah,
and I remember it was a
spring-loaded
faucet.
Yeah. Whatever, Earth Day. How am I going to do that?
Yeah. I heard. I was like, what's going on? You know.
And then, you know, I had to go to the toilet. The only other place you can find water in the bathroom.
Oh well, okay. Now you're passionate about something else besides comedy, so let's.
Yeah, I love comedy, and I've found a way to kind of incorporate that to one of my other passions, which is children. I love working with children. I have 6 nieces and nephews that are pretty much my life. I mean, think about it. I mean, you get all the benefits, none of the responsibility. That's great being an uncle. You know, I mean, didn't have to birth any.
So obviously you're not married yet. You haven't.
I am a happily single dude.
Okay.
But I'm taking applications. So if anybody's and so yeah, I do a lot of stuff with kids. I'm actually working on it. I just did something at my favorite church in the country is Spring Creek Church in Dallas, Texas. So it's a great church, and I just did a kids program on Friday night. We did Friday Night Live, you know, Pies in the Face and Nickelodeon kind of stuff. And then on Saturday night, we did a comedy show, and we filmed a DVD. It's actually where Tim Hawkins filmed Full Range of Motion.
Okay.
The same church, you know, we've done some things there, and but the kids thing was, I loved it.
And so you're looking at doing more of that.
I want to eventually pitch that to churches or organizations. We'll do a one night with kids and one night with adults kind of thing. Okay. It was a lot of fun, and I've got some of that's online too now. I mean, you can see some of that at leftarmcomedy.com.
Okay, so if you want to find out more information, again, leftarmcomedy.com. Derrick Tennant. Derrick, man, it was so great to have you on the show.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
And we're going to take...
I know. It just sounded like...
To meet you too! So we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with our next guest.
And now it's time for Common Sense Tips with Keith Smith.
Hello everybody, I'm Keith Smith and you're watching Common Sense with Keith. Now today's common sense tip is basically always make sure that you wear one of these when you're pulling out your favorite baked dish out of the oven. Because if you don't, well, you might end up like this. Yeah, I don't have enough aloe vera to make that pain go away, I'll tell you. Anyways, I guess I better get back to the game. Hey, I got some nachos in the microwave. I better get to that too. Oh yeah, it's an absolute scream, I tell you.
More fun than taking a bath with your cat. You're watching Light Talk with Sam Beamon.
All right, well, we're back, and again, as always, I'm your host, Sam Beamon. Now, my next guest is quite a character. He actually auditioned for Light Talk. Please welcome Jimbo Albrecht. Oh man, doing good, man. It's good to see you. So, what was it like auditioning for this show? I mean, what was going through your mind?
That is still out to question. When I looked at the videotape, Sam, I'm not sure what was going through my mind. Apparently, not a whole lot at the time.
What did your pastor think? I mean, there's this one part where you're like right behind him, and he's trying to, you know, tell his personal account of you.
Right.
And you're just messing. You did the wet willy in his ear. What was that staged?
No, it wasn't staged. I've been with this pastor for about 3 years now, and literally when he approaches me, it's kind of a mentality because he never knows what I'm going to do. So no, it wasn't staged, and I wet willied him, and yeah, it was pretty interesting.
And you're the youth pastor at the church.
That's correct.
That is amazing. So I guess most pastors can
Hold on,
expect.
Sam. Just for your information, parents of my youth, I've never wet willied your children.
Okay, great disclaimer there. So, can most people expect that youth pastors have this great zany sense of humor, or is this solely you? Have you met other youth pastors like you?
Sam, have you ever dealt with children in this day and age?
So yeah, you have to be that way.
It's a God-given talent.
Wow. Oh man. And so, what does your wife think about your audition video? I mean, when she saw this,
she is kind of callous to it all. She has dealt with it for 20 plus years.
So she's seen this enough that watching it on the internet really didn't surprise
My
me.
wife has seen other videotapes of me as well.
Okay, so cut, Jimbo. How does your wife feel about you know, the video that you submitted for Light Talk?
Well, Sam, see, I've submitted my life to Christ a while back, and I can kind of relate to some of those that are in the Bible that walked with Jesus. You know, I have some of those same traits, and I most closely yoke myself to Peter. You know, at times I think to myself, I am a Peter.
Cut, Jimbo. What did your wife think about, you know, with your audition video online? I mean.
She thought it was very great. She thoroughly... Oh, I can't even read this.
Cut! So, Jimbo, tell me, like, what does your wife think about, you know, your audition video online and everything?
Sam, my wife thinks I'm such an eloquent speaker, and she loves me with all of her heart, and she thinks that I am bomb diggity, and Sam's...
Cut! Okay, so moving along, you put this audition video out there. What do your kids think? You know, some of your other friends and family.
I'm not sure what this means, but they all kind of roll their eyes, Sam. I don't know what that means.
It's the little things.
Yeah, I think it's a term of endearment of sorts.
Yeah. Now, you have a son, daughter?
I have two sons. One's 24, one's 19.
Okay. And so do they do anything similar to you? I mean, crazy little antics or...
Why, yes, they do, Sam. The fruit falls not far from the tree.
Okay. Well, tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in just a moment with Jimbo Albrecht.
You've been given 9 seconds to let somebody know that you're watching Light Talk with Sam Beamon. And now, back to our program.
All right, we are back with Jimbo. I'm Sam Beamon, your host, and now you were just telling us that the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree with your sons. You know, that reminds me of a song. Let's see if I can pull this up on my my iPod here, and maybe let you listen to it real quick.
Sure, that'd be great.
I mean, look at that. It's a great little device. You know, I can have all my music on there. It's awesome.
Hey, can I show you my device?
Yeah. Wow, this is quite an impressive boombox. That's amazing. Probably a lot of great beats. I'm sure the bass probably kicks.
Hold on. Speaking of great beats, let me share, Sam. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me set this here.
Okay.
First, let's get the legal stuff out of the way, Sam.
Okay.
To the viewers at home, I am a trained professional. Do not try this at home. Sam, I'm going to share with you.
All right.
My human beatbox zipping skills.
Okay, well, let's check it out.
Okay. All right, here we go. Start off with a little beatboxing. Pardon for what you're about to see.
Oh, okay. Woo! Well, there you have it. That's quite a talent that you have there.
Thank you very much. I believe that was given to me by God. You know, He gives liberally. And man, you got to admit, that's some tough stuff right there. That's hot. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah.
Wow, how did you come up with that skill? It's
I can't share that story.
Gotcha.
So,
okay,
yeah.
but seriously, we need to go ahead and just bring it down for just a moment, because I understand that God has done something really awesome in your life.
Absolutely.
And I mean, because people out there watching right now, they're like, "Wow, this guy is a nut." I want to come to my church. But tell us a little bit about what God has done in your life, because I just find this to be really amazing.
I'd love to, Sam. Let me get really, really serious about this. Brought up in a upper middle income family, jock at school. Graduated from Glenwood private school, as a matter of fact. On the surface, had everything going on, but I began to dabble with drugs, and it started with a little bit of weed. And understand this: there's no such thing as a little bit of weed. But anyhow, my life spiraled out of control, and before I knew it, Sam, I was addicted to drugs, mainly cocaine, and it just it destroyed my life, destroyed my family, destroyed a business. Everything I had was gone in a flash. Tried to stop, wanted to stop, didn't want to live that kind of life, didn't want to do it in front of my kids, my family, but I didn't possess the power to stop. I tried. And so what I did was I decided that I'm not going to do this to anybody or myself any longer. So I got down on the floor, I loaded a pistol, and I put it to my head. And Sam, I found out that day this: I may kill somebody, but it'll never be me. But no, seriously, this is what I did. I didn't have it in me to shoot myself. So I cried out to God. I said, God, I can't do this anymore, and I need you now. I need you to come into my heart and be my Savior, because somebody told me about Jesus somewhere along the way, and I remembered that at that darkest moment. Wow. Well, I put the gun down, Sam, and I asked God to heal me of my addiction. Didn't realize anything had taken place. And about 2 weeks later, I sat there and I realized I hadn't used drugs in 2 weeks. I just suddenly realized it. So I realized there was power involved there, and I began to pursue that source of power. And
so much bigger than yourself.
Man, unbelievable. Things that I tried to do, I couldn't do. He did. So what I decided was, once I realized this power was real and it was confirmed right before my very eyes, I dedicated my life to pursuing that source of power. And man, I want you to know that a lot of my problems came from a childhood of abuse, and I'm talking physical abuse from a stepfather. But let me tell you how powerful God is. When I surrendered my life to Him and began to pursue my call, I led that man that caused all that grief in my life to the Lord. He accepted Jesus Christ as his personal Lord and Savior, and is a changed man.
That is amazing.
He's a God of restoration, brother.
He is. Amen. And I'm sure that's probably really encouraging to our viewers out there that are probably maybe struggling with the same thoughts, of some form of addiction. Whatever it might be, and even to the lowest points that you hit.
Well, let me tell you what God did. I went to the 12-step programs. I went to all those things they told me I'd go to, and I left every one of those meetings wanting to do more drugs. When I went to the source of healing, Jesus Christ Himself, Sam, that was approximately 14 to 15 years ago. I haven't touched drugs since, and I don't need it. Listen, here's my new high. Not getting high. Here's also my new high. Telling people about Jesus. I love to tell people about Jesus, because it's not what I've read in a book. It's not what somebody's told me. It's what God has done in my life. I know this to be real, beyond a shadow of a doubt. He has transformed my life.
And you seem very passionate about it.
Absolutely. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, you're also passionate about being humorous as well.
Absolutely. I don't think God called me to be stale. I don't think God called you to be stale. Now, there's some people He has called, and I have seen them. But listen, that's not what God called us to do. He created you to be Sam. He created me to be Jimbo, and He'll use Sam and Jimbo any way He sees fit, as long as Sam and Jimbo surrender themselves to Him.
Amen.
Man, that deserves a knuckle. Yeah.
There you go. But anyways, I'm so glad that you came on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me. Loved it, man. Loved it.
A lot of fun.
And if you,
if
you see me on the street and you want to know more about Jesus that I talked about, ask me. I'll gladly tell you at any time.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, there you have it. Jimbo Albrecht. And also with our other guest, Derrick Tennant. Thank you again for watching Light Talk, and stick around for the next episode. God bless.
You've been watching Light Talk with Sam Beamon, and now here's a blooper.
Sam, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Even up trade, me, you.
I've had this.
Sam, look at the size of this thing.
It's pretty impressive, but you know I can carry this around with me anywhere.
I've been carrying around.
You've been carrying around what?
I've got problems, Sam. I've been carrying this around half my life, Sam. It's not that hard. Hold on. It's not that hard.
I'm gonna do this one more time, just so I get an alternative.
Oh, hello.